as they wander along old ruins where fears have grown. Eyes that watch from ancient stone, whispers chill right to the bone. Gothic castles rise in the night, ghostly figures glide out of sight. Wolf howling under pale moonlight, darkness creeps and grabs too tight. You have fallen into the EuroCrypt. There is no escape from the EuroCrypt. Fog curling through cobblestone streets, footsteps echoing heartbeats. Vampires hunt their nightly feast, lurking monsters are released. Silent scream in a sepia dream, melancholy miles downstream. No one's safe, or so it seems. Worlds unravel at the seams. You have fallen into the EuroCrypt. There is no escape from the EuroCrypt. Fallen into the EuroCrypt. There is no escape from the EuroCrypt.
All right, man.
Hey, what's up, man?
We back up in there like swimwear. Holy
Absolutely.
shit.
100%.
Yeah, with these three especially, right?
Oh, God, yeah. Carry on the Gialli train from last week up and onwards. Man. Yeah, these three are very interesting films. So it's gonna be a good discussion, I think.
Yeah, man. This is volume 7, man. Forgotten Gialli. We've covered the other 6, so might as well continue on.
These are like some of the highlight releases of the year for me. I absolutely love these.
They're pure 80s nostalgia for me. I'll say that. They're not the greatest because, of course, the Giallo fell off big time, like,
right
to a certain point. But they're still, I think if you're a true Giallo enthusiast, I think you would have to get this set. No doubt about it.
So obviously we are true, enthusiasts, but I would highly recommend anyone, like even
if you're
just
a casual Argento watcher, or
maybe not so much, maybe like stream them first. I would say with that, but we'll come into it. We'll give.
But man, I gotta plug the shirts, man. So CK designed these shirts.
Yeah.
Finally got them in. I got my wife one too, so she wanted the tie-dyed version.
Yeah, the pinky color.
Pretty dang cool. For her. And then I got to show something my son wanted me to show right quick. He just got it from his Mimi, which if y'all don't know what that is, or that's like a grandmother. But this is what he got from her. So I just had to show it off. I told him,
man, that thing is huge.
At the start of the show, I said I'd show it off. So,
but I was saying beforehand, that's like some Crocodile Dundee
yeah,
stuff.
This is Crocodile Dundee ain't got shit on this. So
you can imagine one of his mates pulling out a pocket knife or something, and then him saying, "That's not a knife. This is a knife."
Right. I mean, this is. Here's mine, and there's his.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, he puts you to shame.
But anyway, that's just I just had to do that for Grayson, my son. So
that's really cool, man. Yeah,
it's really nice too, man. It's she went all out on this. So thanks to Mimi. So anyway,
yeah, absolutely.
All right, now I know my wife and Grayson are watching, so it's time to tune out now. Grayson can't watch the rest of the show.
This is kind of porn related in a way. Some of the titles, anyway.
Yeah, but because all three of these, man, are we're dealing with two films here that have to do with prostitution, and then one film is I don't know. It's like a futuristic. It's like a hyper reality, futuristic. I don't even know where it's supposed to be taking place at. And it feels like you're living inside, like these people's lives. They're living inside of a fucking MTV universe, right?
It's completely ape there, that film. Yeah. It's definitely. I can't wait. To talk about these.
Yeah, man.
They've all got something different, haven't they? They all bring something different to the table.
They're all three completely different from each other. Yeah, for sure. But I see how they could go together in this set, though. So here's the box set, Forgotten Gialli Volume 7, which is killer. They always do killer. I can't show. I'm gonna open this up, but I can't show I can show this one. That's the Dagger Eyes Mystere.
I'm surprised they didn't do the original cover art on the inside. But that was like a slight disappointment for me. But they're pretty good cover arts, the updated versions anyway.
Yeah.
But it would have been nice to have had the two,
Yeah, man. Let me catch the chats. We got quite a few people in here tonight. So I appreciate everybody too, man. Y'all hit the like button, man, and sub if you enjoy the Euro goodness, I guess you'd say.
100%, man.
Let's see. We got sick Jim in here. You're saying what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man?
Let's get those likes up. Hell yeah, man. I appreciate it. Fat Pig the Conqueror.
Hey, what's up, man?
We got Cinephile Sanity TV. Hey, good evening, D&D. What's happening?
Sean in the house. What's happening,
Sean, man? Yeah. We got Vanderhoff in here. I love me some Giallo, but never heard of these three. Yeah, it's
stay tuned, man. Stay tuned.
One of them, isn't that right? One of these just got this is the only release it's had, right? Is that correct?
I'm trying to think. Most of them, to be honest, I know they've had VHS releases.
They've had some really bad VHS releases and nothing cleaned up where you could see exactly what the fuck's going on. But
I want to say Sweets from a Stranger maybe have had a foreign DVD release, maybe, but I don't think the others have. I know Misty was brought out on VHS a lot in the 80s. Right.
Mystere, though, you say mystery, or how do you say it? Mystere.
It's like French, right? It's French, yeah. It's not what you think. When you look at the title, you actually think it's a mystery film, but it's actually the title of her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right, Mystere.
Yeah. And so let's see. We got Texas in here. Welcome to the panel of pain.
Hey, what's up, Tex?
Yeah, man. What's going on, brother? He says, got this set coming on the way. Still waiting on the shipping notification, though. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, VS, sometimes it's like that with them.
Yeah.
Sean saying happy holidays. That's knifing great. Yeah. Yeah, Grayson, I mean, shit, man. That's a huge ass knife to add to his collection. Of course, he can't really, have them until later, but anyway. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, happy holidays all.
Yeah.
Let's see. Got the Wild Guys, Dirk and Darren. Nice knife. Yeah, appreciate it, man.
What's up, man?
I hate trying to decide what to call you. It seems like I'm insulting you. Oh, no, man. Shit. Unless he's talking to somebody else. Oh, he's saying, hey, pig. I get what he's saying. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hola, Tex. I'm trying to, everybody's talking to each other. Got the mayor in here. Ooh, I've got to get me a EuroCrypt shirt. Those are killer. I appreciate it, dude. Yeah. Yeah, CK, that's a killer design.
As soon as I saw that design, I said, I'm definitely getting one of them. I'll probably get multiple ones as well because you can get them in different colors. And I want to get a few DEADPIT too as well. So next time
I'm gonna get some
sale.
more for sure.
Yeah.
I put the link in the last, didn't I? I think I put the link in the last an hour to kill we did on.
I think you did. Yeah, you did. I think.
But I'll put the link in on this too if anybody's interested.
I want to say the sale may have gone by, but you'd have to double check.
I'd wait for the sale probably. Let's see. The Wild Guys says haven't seen any of these, but want to check them out. Well, I do got some clips to give some examples of what exactly you're getting into. So, like,
we'll cover these extensively anyway, like we always do.
Yeah, we can't go too crazy because Uncle Bill's got a stream at at 10 o'clock Eastern time. So
we'll have one eye on the clock though. Yeah,
definitely.
So give him time to set up and everything.
We got Alan in here. Hello, everybody. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Happy holidays, texting everyone else. Yeah, man. Let's see. I'm definitely going to get one. Probably one for my friend Jimmy. Awesome, man.
Nice, man. You'll have to text us literally text us or send a photo on Facebook if you're wearing one, so we can. I don't know. We can put it up. We can actually put it up on the stream. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm gonna take us out for just a second in case y'all didn't see this. I just want to see what y'all think on this backdrop I did. But I think it's all right. Check it out. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Anyway. That's killer how you come up with some of these, man.
Yeah, they take a little time fucking around with shit. Let's see. Adrian James, what's going on?
What's up, man?
As JB said, it's sold out. What's that? What's sold out?
Not the T-shirt, is it?
Really? Surely not, huh? Or are you talking about Forgotten Gialli?
Oh, right. Might be, yeah.
It might have, man. These are three from the 80s. So I know, and they haven't had real proper releases. So
do they ever restock things though? Because once they're gone, are they? So I can't.
They probably don't have the box no more.
Yeah. Right, because the first two volumes I've only got in the shitty slimline case. I totally regret not getting them when I had the chance. But yeah,
I appreciate it, Mayor. Shit. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, Volume 7 sold out. Okay. Trippy. Cool.
It's good to see that they are in a way though, because people are loving them, I think. I know
6 didn't sell out though.
6 didn't.
Yeah.
I thought 6 was one of my favorites.
5 didn't either.
Every single one.
Last time I checked anyway. They might have now, but
right. But I mean, every single one for me has got at least 1 or 2 decent films.
Yeah.
You do get
one of them. You know us anyway. Like we're planning on owning every fucking Giallo ever made. So
yeah,
with that shit in mind, you can't lose.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I say, they're coming thick and fast as well from all these different labels. So my Giallo collection, Blu-ray wise, I think I've got at least maybe more than 100 bona fide Giallo titles. I know there was a lot more than that. I know literally there was over 200. But if you go into all the subgenres and shit, you got American Gialli and all that.
And then you got all the shit that's similar to it, the adjacent Gialli and all that.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, you ready to get into this? We're going to talk about Mystere, 1983.
There's my copy.
Okay.
No, that's the old bootleg. I have got the Forgotten Gialli.
Oh, shit. Well. Okay. Let me see.
There's no nudity on this, so you're all
right. Yeah. And this
but there's the Forgotten Gialli set.
Yeah, that's the new artwork that VS did, I guess. I guess I should have got a clip of the old poster art because it's killer.
It really is, yeah. It really is.
But yeah. All right, man. Well, so Mystere came out in 1983. Produced by Titanus. I think this is their last film they did, right? From what I was seeing.
I've not seen anything later. I don't think. No.
Right. I mean, unless that's just what I could find. Like I couldn't find another film after. But
two of these
Titanus
were
is known.
Titanus. Yeah. Two of them were. I think. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess the one film they're most known for is Sodom and Gomorrah from 1962. But like their biggest film or whatever. But anyway.
Yeah.
This is made by Carlo and Enrico Vanzina, which they're the brothers. They also made Nothing Underneath.
Yeah, they did.
Which I would say is better than this one, in my opinion.
Surprisingly enough, they did Nothing Underneath. They didn't make the sequel to that, Too Beautiful to Die.
Yeah.
But they did make a third film called The Last Fashion Show from 2011, which was horrendous, apparently. They were massive in Italy at the time of this film. Those brothers, I was reading up, I was listening to the commentary track. They were bigger than Lucio Fulci, which is like mind-blowing.
They did a lot of sex comedies and shit too, right?
A lot of mainstream stuff.
And they were huge spy fans. They were like really into the spy films and shit, which is why this film is more like is a spy-like Giallo. But then I don't know, man. Like it kind of, you kind of figure out the killer real, like, I don't know, in about 45 minutes, I figured out.
They tell you pretty early.
It kind of tells you, basically, you know.
Yeah, he's so, anyway, as soon as you see this character on screen.
Yeah.
But I've heard this being compared to like James Bond, which kind of put me off watching it in the past.
Yeah.
But it's no, I'd say there's elements of like the James Bond film.
There's a good car chase that's a lot like a James Bond film, and it had like a great stuntman. Did you get his name, by the way? That stuntman?
I didn't write the stuntman thing.
He was like really big in Italy, though. Like he was one of the best. And there's some cool stunts in this film, which is crazy to see in a Giallo. It's a Giallo action type film in a way. You're right.
It's a crazy.
But I got a synopsis, man. I'll go ahead and read it.
Yeah, go for it, man.
So a beautiful high-class prostitute, Mystere, gets entangled in a deadly situation when she joins her best friend, co-worker, Pamela, in a menage a trois with a German photographer. Pamela steals his gold lighter, but fails to realize that there is a microfilm that reveals the assassin that recently killed a politician. The photographer and Pamela are both killed, with the killer still searching for the lighter. Pamela slipped it in Mystere's purse without her knowing. Now, this is a no-nonsense assassin. This no-nonsense assassin has his sights set on the French beauty. An American inspector is on the case, but will he be able to protect this French goddess like Lady of the Night?
Man, that summed it up really well. I've got to mention first off here, like the cast in this is amazing. I think the cast is really strong.
Right.
You've got Carol Bouquet, and she stars as Mystery. She did the TV miniseries Rosemary's Baby. Very strikingly, as you can tell from the covers, very strikingly beautiful woman. You've got John Steiner. He turns up in like not a massive part, but very important role as Ivanov. And we've mentioned all the films he's been in before. I'm not going to rattle them off like we used to, but Tenebrae, say no more. Like Gabriel Tinti plays Mink. He plays a good role as well. He's kind of this sex trafficking kind of bigwig. And he's been in tons, man.
Did you mention Mystere, right? Carol
yeah.
Bouquet?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she was big in Paris, France. Like
she was, yeah.
But her most notable film is 1981 is a 1981 James Bond film with Roger Moore, For Your Eyes Only.
Oh God, yeah, I don't even know why I didn't mention that, to be honest. Yeah,
man, that's like her biggest film. And she was also in an episode of, which I don't watch, I've never watched this show ever, but Sex and the City. But I could kind of see her on some shit like that, you know.
Oh man, my ex-girlfriend used to watch that all the time. I've probably seen her on that.
And she's still working today. She's
Right.
But she was like a model and shit before she became an actress.
And you can
kind of
tell
that too.
Man, she wears this like yellow dress in this film. She looks fucking amazing. I tell
She was
you.
also she's in this film show called Cat's Eyes. It's like a Japanese. It's like a remake of a Japanese manga.
Okay.
But it's a TV series, and it's called Cat's Eyes. It's a crime drama thriller mystery show. So
that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I'd check it out. But yeah, man. I do got a clip, man. If you want me to get into get a clip going.
Go for it. Yeah.
Steer. I only got one clip for this one, but it's almost a minute long, so you can kind of see what you're getting into, you know. And this, I gotta say too, man. Like for the premise of the film, her being a high class prostitute, you know.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty tame, man.
It is, yeah. It is. Yeah. We'll come into some of the scenes as well.
There's like one shot of nudity, I think, in the whole film. But
yeah.
But here we go.
Get me a drink.
Listen, you bitch. You start talking or I'm gonna have your ass thrown behind bars.
Look, I know the story. That jazz about the cop in the hall, him flinging her naked on the bed. Hey, come on, get on with it!
Yeah.
That definitely gives you a taste of what's to come.
Yeah, man. And I mean, it's got some really cool shots. It does. It's got some. Now, I'm not going to hype this film up to the max or nothing. This ain't like high tier, but I definitely think it's
probably middle tier, I'd say. Strong, though.
Yeah, I'd say it's worth checking out for sure, man.
What a lucky son of the bitch, man. That opening shot you put in there to have Janet Agron licking you all over, man. That's like, fuck. And we got to mention her. We got to mention Janet Agron. She plays Pamela. And people will know her for City of the Living Dead, Eaten Alive.
Eaten Alive, I would say more so. In that that gold paint and Eaten Alive, you know, like
amazing. For me, I would say The Killer Reserve 9 Seats is
she's in that,
for me. Yeah, that's where I remember her.
Yeah, Janet Agron, man. Don't get mentioned enough, right?
No, she doesn't. She's come away from she quit when she quit acting. I think now she's become a florist or something in Florida, and she doesn't want nothing to do with she doesn't even want to do interviews. And on the commentary track, because I gotta give a shout out to Eugenio Urcolani, and he mentioned that she literally just wants to shot. Like some of these older Italian actresses, they don't want to see the limelight no more because they want people to remember them as beautiful as they were. But that's a shame. I'd like to see her do some kind of.
That makes sense, though, really, in a way. But you know, she was in Red Sonja.
I've seen it. Yeah, I've seen it written down. I've seen that film, but I can't remember her in it.
I don't remember her being Varna, but it's been a long time, man. It was 1985.
I was going to say I didn't even know. Yeah, I didn't even know Janet Agron when I first saw that, probably. But
she's in a Sergio Martino film that one Hands of Steel too. With
the infamous one with Claudio Casanelli.
Casanelli died in that one during the helicopter.
Yeah, that's Sergio Martino. Yeah.
But what do you think? Did you mention John Steiner already?
I briefly mentioned him, but you can go into it in detail if you want.
Yeah, well, you know, he's pretty well known. I mean, in a lot of different types of. He did 2 films with Fulci, the White Fang films with Lucio Fulci, which I still haven't seen those, and I need to see those. He did. He was in Shock with Mario Bava's last film.
Yeah, great role. I like
last theatrical film, I'll say. And then he was in Tenebrae as well.
He was one of the killers in Tenebrae, and I think that's where a lot of people know him from. The guy did about 2 more films after this, and then he retired. I think he went into like real estate. And he died not that long ago in a car crash, which is quite,
that's pretty
a year or 2 ago, I think. Yeah.
Rest in peace, man. John Steiner, but also he's in Policio as well, right?
That's where he was probably more well known for his couple of his Policio films. Yeah.
Damiani's is it the police? No, that's Biro, or The Case is Closed, Forget It, 1971.
Yeah.
The Police Serve the Citizens in 1973 with Romulo Guerrera.
Yeah.
So, he's got a hell of a cast. So, what do you think about the lead actor, though?
Which one's that? There's a few.
That
you want
Philip,
the guy who plays Captain?
The detective. The Philip Casioletti or whatever. Inspector Cole.
He is fucking insane. Some of the shit he comes out with during this film.
Right.
He's racist. He's sexist. He's fucking all of the above and more. Which, at that time, I guess you could get away with it.
I mean, if he's racist, he'd be racist against white people because he says I don't deal with I'm not turned on by white birds. I like the exotic.
Didn't he say he likes the brown sugar or something like that? It's kind of some of the lines he comes.
He legit has a black girlfriend,
yeah.
At the beginning of the movie. Let's see.
I guess you could kind of say he's kind of racist, I suppose, as well.
Wild Guy. Okay, let's see. Let me catch a chat. Mayor says it's vinegar syndrome. You never know what's going to sell out anymore. That's true.
No, it's become a lottery. I know now with these forgotten Gialli sets. I think the ones to come, hopefully, will. You need to get in early if you want the nice,
I thought that I was going to wait on this. Remember? I'm glad. I did. Holy shit.
You was going to wait on Delirium as well, weren't you? Because that kept going down.
The mayor actually is the one let me know that it was dropping down.
Yeah, he let me know as well. Yeah.
JB says I'm looking forward to this episode because it's sold out. Okay. Carol Bouquet. Damn, just watched the trailer. Yeah, man. She was a beauty queen for sure.
She's amazing looking. I tell you.
Darren, has she done other Giallo Argento? No.
No, if you're talking about Carol Bouquet, no. I don't even know.
It's Bouquet. It's Bouquet, I think.
Bouquet. That's it. Yeah. I'm thinking of Barbara Bouquet. That's what it is.
But
no, as far as I know, what Dirk's mentioned, and the TV miniseries of Rosemary's Baby, that's the only things I really know her from.
She's done over 60.
Go on.
She's done over 60 films, but she was like really huge in France.
Yeah. Not so much in the genres that we like,
right?
But yeah, man, she's just so stunning.
Wild Guy says, "Wow, I forgot she was in For Your Eyes Only." Yeah, I haven't seen that in a long time either. So.
There's a couple of Bond girls. There's one coming up in another film as well.
Yeah, and Fat Pig says she's in Hands of Steel. Yeah, for sure.
We need to cover that one because I've not seen it.
We will.
I think it kind of will be infamous because of what happened on set, but it's Martino as well, so we need to. Yeah, that's definitely coming next year because we need to do another Martino show.
Absolutely. But yeah, man.
Do you want me to just set it up a little bit? I know you've given a synopsis, but we could just go through because this is done like in prologue, and then we got the middle section, and then we got the epilogue at the end.
Right. We are on a crunch though on this one a little bit. So.
Yeah. What do you mean with time? Yeah.
Yeah, with time because I know we got Uncle Bill's got his stream.
We'll come off.
So we'll go ahead and plug that now. So after this stream, man, y'all just hang around because
you've got a lot of
channel as well. Check out the DEADPIT stream. They're doing Uncle Bill's doing some body horror, 3 body horror films tonight. So
it's exploitation again, isn't it?
exploitation.
Those shows are great as well. So gotta
Absolutely.
highly recommend people to watch them. But yeah, like you say, we will go through them fairly, quite quickly. But
Right.
just to set it up, though, the first shot we see this photographer, and he's taking shots of like this American politician is getting assassinated. And we do actually see the killer, and it's it's in full view of everyone. It's John Steiner. But then we see someone with a walking cane as well, which comes into the, there's a lot
I
of
do
kills
like the
involved
way
in
that
that
looks,
walking
though.
cane.
Like,
Yeah,
the cane and the black gloves, and you see like the old school 20s type style dress shoes. They're like white and black,
Yeah, I love the look. Like just by just by the feet alone, or just you can. They always do that with Giallo killers too, as well. But
it's done really well. You can tell that these guys are fans of the genre, and you can also tell.
Oh God, absolutely.
Even though this one didn't do very well, but it did enough. It did okay. It did good enough to make Nothing Underneath, though.
So. Yeah, didn't it kind of make its money back? I think, and nothing more. Because
he said it did okay enough to where they could make Nothing Underneath, which is
right. Okay,
which I think's the better film. But
Vanzina made 4 films in 1983, and the first 3 were all like mega hits, and this was the only one that like didn't do as well.
Right.
But yeah, like I said before, they were massive, and I've got to mention the brilliant, like, catchy theme song that plays in this.
It is,
man.
I
love it.
Pretty cool, catchy, fucking theme. Yeah, I mean, I get nostalgia watching these 3 for sure, because this is the time I grew up in the fucking 80s. Like.
I will preface that by saying these 3 are all rewatchable as well for me.
Yeah.
There's something positive I'm going to say about all 3. We will like tell you, more mainstream watchers maybe to check out the streams basically before you buy.
Definitely one of them's gonna, I think you're gonna like more than me, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because maybe one's got like an Arabella kind of vibe going on, which
it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You might like it a bit more.
It's just fucking kind of, it's just, I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get to it.
Okay. Yeah. But her portrayal as Mystique, she's obviously this beautiful high class French prostitute. But man, the early shots that we just mentioned is all done on the Spanish Steps as well, I believe, which was done in The Girl Who Knew Too Much. So, man, like, this is one of the later Giallis, I suppose. I know there's been 90s and there's been 2000 ones, but it kind of gone full circle. But it's nice to see those Spanish Steps in any film. Like, I just think superb.
Yeah, definitely. It's one place I want to visit one day, for sure.
Yeah. Oh God, I am definitely at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope
it's easier for you, Darren.
Yeah. It's pretty much I could get on a train and go, and go. But no, beautiful place. My son's been to Venice, but yeah. So as the film goes on, you've got the thing with the whole. So they pick up this kind of what do you call him? A John in it for the prostitute.
A trick. Yeah.
A trick. That's it.
John trick. Client. Whatever. Yeah.
And I gotta laugh at Janet Agron, and so Pamela is obviously Janet Agron, but her friend Mystique, she turned around and says, well, who's this John? Like, can you just give us 3 words to sum him up? And she put, he's German, rich, and fat. I thought that was a great line.
Yeah.
But that's where it all starts, with the mysterious gold lighter, because Pamela literally tries to rob this guy, this John or whatever.
Well, she's going to get him a drink.
Yeah. But she goes rummaging through his clothes and shit.
Yeah, she's
try and find money.
She's obviously a thief as well as a whore.
Yeah. So things are not looking good for her. But she comes across this gold lighter, and contained in this gold lighter is kind of what would you say? The negatives to like these incriminating photos.
Microfilm.
Microfilm, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole film then centers pretty much on that lighter and who's going to get a hold of these kind of pictures and all that. It's I think this is a very strong one. Eight of the three, I actually would kind of put this as top.
I'm struggling with it a little. Like I'm struggling between two films. But yeah,
okay.
I think this one might be the strongest. It is tame as hell, though. I'll say that.
It doesn't quite know what it wants to be. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
Because there's Giallo elements. It's not a fully fledged Giallo. There's spy, espionage elements. There's action elements, like you say, with the car chase.
It feels like the score sounds like a James Bond score, though, don't it?
It does. It really does.
It's what it reminds me of.
We got to mention that guy as well, Armando Trovajoli.
Yeah.
And he did the music to Shadows in an Empty Room, Deadly Sweet, which me and Dirk have covered, and Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory as well, so amongst others. But I do like the score to this as well. I think it's fantastic. I think at least two of these, I think the scores are amazing. Like I said, you mentioned the cast. You've got Mint Gabriel Tinti. I think he does a good job as well. He's not utilized enough for me.
I'd say so. With Carlo Vanzina, he was saying that he was really inspired from Jean-Jacques Bonneau's Diva, 1981 film.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that on the commentary as well. I want to kind of check that one out.
So he wanted to concentrate, mainly. He wanted to have a huge emphasis on visuals in this film. And he, I think he succeeded on that.
He definitely does that. Yeah. They definitely do that.
Like I said, it's pretty tame. But it feels like a late night made for cable TV. It almost feels like you're watching one of them old late night Cinemax movies without the nudity.
I get that completely. Yeah. Yeah.
But
it's it is tame. That's the only kind of thing that I think goes against it a little bit. Should have gone more like for sleaze and sex and all that. But
right. Like there's not much of that, but considering the subject matter, you would think. But
we've got to mention the murder weapon as well. So this guy's got this cane. It's really cool the way he just got this blade on the edge of this cane. Starts offing people one by one. Pamela gets killed. And then obviously, they're all trying to find out what happens to this lighter. And as you go, I know it's going to be a little bit stretched for time, so I'm not going to go too much into, what actually happens. But
I don't want to spoil none of these.
No, not at all.
I'm going to say, though, Philip Coccioletti. I don't know if that's how you really say it, but he's an American. He's an American in the film as well, but he had I watched his interview, and he was saying that he had tons of work because he came to Italy in 1979, and he said that everybody else was fucking leaving. Like all the Americans and all the British people were leaving Italy, and he came there, and he always had dub work where he was doing dubbing work, and he always had all types of work because everybody else left. But he said that Carol Bouquet was a true professional. He said she was like a statue, like a beautiful statue.
Yeah.
But he said she was cold as hell. Like he couldn't.
Oh shit! Really?
He said he couldn't hardly talk to her. Like she didn't want to carry. She had nothing to do with anybody off the set. So.
Oh man, that surprises me.
Right. Yeah. But I don't know. You see the character though; she's pretty cold too, in a way.
Oh, she fucking. Now you mentioned that she plays it superbly, and that's probably why, because there's probably a lot of her in that character.
Yeah,
she is very fucking cold in this. Yeah,
right.
But he was a New York native, wasn't he? And he, like you say before, he come over to Italy. So. Yeah.
I know he comes from a family of. He's that's what another thing he said that he his whole family was in the movie business. So
right, and you got the old friggin' nunchucks he pulls out at one point as well.
Yeah, there's some great cheese shit in
superb.
here, man. Like, there's a scene where he pulls the fucking nunchucks out to disarm somebody with a fucking knife.
And he's doing that shit for real. He obviously knew what he was doing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, man.
He's doing all that shit for real. It's crazy.
Yeah, he watched a lot of Bruce Lee. And probably was like, he was like, man, I gotta learn this shit. You know.
Oh god.
The nunchucko.
In terms of like, this is never boring either, is it?
No.
Every scene is like, there's something in every scene.
That's not boring at all, man.
There's no padding at all in this.
I do know that the ending, without giving the film away, the ending was added by the producer, not by the director, because he wanted to have, he didn't want it to be he didn't want it to be the way the director wanted it. I can't say that because I don't want to spoil the film, but I can't say what it is, but
I know, I know what
it's
saying.
just it kind of, that part of it kind of makes it, aggravates me a little bit, I'll say. Like, I'd rather have it ended the way that I thought it was going to end, you know?
Yeah. It's kind of, in a way, it's kind of open-ended as well, without saying too much, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, it's one thing of it, though. Like, you know.
Yeah. I'm thinking he was maybe thinking of a sequel at some point. But
maybe so,
yeah.
Yeah. Because it's, like, very spy-like. I guess, and I think that was the director, because he's like, okay, you're forced my hand to do this, then I'm going to do this. I think that's what he said, too.
Yeah, they probably butted heads and that. Yeah. But John Steiner as Ivanov, he plays this Russian kind of, it's superb, man, I think. He's a really good baddie, isn't he? Like,
yeah, he is. John Steiner kills it. And if you
go on.
Yeah, John Steiner, like I said, man, he's like the husband of Daria Nicoletti in Shock. Dude, so I give y'all, if y'all don't know who I'm talking about. But let's see. I'm just gonna catch the chat right quick.
Yeah.
Wild Guy says, who is Uncle Bill? Another streamer? Horror Giallo? I'll sub. Yeah, man, it's DEADPIT Radio. So, yeah, sub to
I'm
DEADPIT.
surprised you've not heard of him, Wild Guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dick, go
on. Yeah, DEADPIT Radio, man. For sure. Fat Pig the Conqueror. Oh, he's talking to, he's letting him know. There you go.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see. Makani Kong. I'm barely on volume 3, working my way up. Yeah, there you go, man. Yeah.
Oh, awesome. You've got some good shit to come, man.
Yeah.
You've got some really
I think volume 4 is probably my favorite of all the, I mean, we'll have to do it again one day, right? We'll have to.
We did kind of rank
them.
The first
just
so many,
a quick rank. We don't have to go through every film again. I'm just saying, just quick rank them again one day.
Yeah. Maybe. The one with the sister of Ursula, the really sleazy one, is the one I like.
That's volume 4.
That's four as well, yeah.
It's got the killers still among us.
Yeah. That's one of the strongest ones.
It is.
But they're all good. I think they've all got at least one really good film and maybe another kind of decent one. But yeah.
You got Crystal in here. Appreciate you.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't guess we go too much farther with this one, man.
No, I urge people to check this one out. For me, it's like there's not much in all three of these. I think they're all decent. They're all good. This one slightly gets the edge. But I do want to mention, so there's a few interesting things that come up on the commentary track. So in one scene, right, if you look really hard enough, there's posters in the background, right, of a disappearance of a girl called Emanuela Orlandi. And it's true, this really happened in Italy at the time. There's a Netflix featured documentary called Vatican Girl, and it features the kidnapping of her. So I thought that was kind of interesting to see that, because
okay.
Yeah, Nathaniel Thompson points it out in a commentary track. I love shit like that. I eat shit like that up, man.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to check that. Netflix stock out.
Yeah.
But that guy Phil Cocchianetti, one of his biggest films, he did Love Letters in the same year as this with Jamie Lee Curtis. That was directed by Amy Holden Jones from Slumber Party Massacre fame.
Okay.
So, and he did do a few little things here and there, but he wasn't, anything. He didn't become anything big or anything like that. This only had like a really not a big theatrical release in the US. This did not, have a theatrical release in the US, but it had I think it was like a small one in Italy, maybe.
The US title was Dagger Eyes, right?
Dagger Eyes, yeah. That's where a lot of people know this from.
Right.
It did have an Australian VHS release called Murder Near Perfect, which doesn't really make fucking sense to me.
Yeah.
But,
it kind of does make sense if you think about it.
I don't know. I can see why they didn't go with it anyway, with that title. I like Dagger Eyes, but Misty is the best title, I think.
I think so too.
It was also called, I think, the tagline was, it was called A Knife, Night, a Prostitute, which makes no sense whatsoever, but that was on one of the overseas.
I don't like that one.
But, like you say, I
Did you say nice knife for a prostitute?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It doesn't even make sense.
Well, kindergartner,
I don't know whether they were trying to be a little bit too clever for their own good, but Steiner did do his own voice in this as well, which I was reading up on.
Yeah, him and that Philip guy were pretty good friends from what Philip said too.
Okay, that makes sense because he's obviously doing his own. I would imagine he's doing his own New York accent. Yeah, that guy.
So they had probably a lot of work doing dub work and in Italy. So, but I guess we'll get on to the next one, huh?
Yeah, well, it's just one more thing I want to mention about this one.
All right.
So there's a Chinese proverb which when we leave the film right at the end of the credits, and again, it doesn't make no sense. So it says people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? Did you know what that's about?
Yeah, that's an old saying though. Like
I know the saying, but in regards to the film, it doesn't make a lick of sense, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Too much cocaine, man. It's the 80s,
Yeah.
Put that shit in there. But holy shit, Chinese proverb. I've heard that shit my whole life.
Yeah, it's a weird ending when they go.
People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. I mean, that's
that could be said for a lot of things, but not for that film, I don't think.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a Chinese proverb, but whatever.
Yeah. There's a whole thing with, again, we're not going to spoil the ending, but there's a whole thing with Hong Kong if you're interested in that. Because I know a lot of people are interested in that as well. So technically, what's the next one? Is this Sweets from a Stranger?
Yeah, because from what I found out, because I kept going back and forth, like between the next two, like which one came first. So the next one's 1987, Sweets from a Stranger.
Yeah.
And then I guess Obsession, A Taste for Fear is 1988.
I've seen it 87 and 88.
I saw it 87 too.
Yeah, so I think it's obviously been made in late 87 and come out in 88.
But then I saw release date 88. So, and then 30, I think Curdy said 88. So I kind of just went with that,
Yeah, sometimes they're just filmed over the new year or whatever, and they can clap. Like Madman's the same, 81 or 82, they usually go on. Here's my original bootleg release, which I love the cover art to this as well. I don't know if you can get that bigger for a little bit. So there. Yeah. I did actually see this one a long time ago as well.
Okay. This is my first time seeing any of these. So,
right. Yeah.
But so this is Sweets from a Stranger, 1987. I would call this one a drama Giallo. That's what I would call this one. It's
a weird one, isn't it?
It's a dramatic
drama. Yeah.
Giallo. I mean,
but
it really
is.
It's
got like two really kind of nasty kills in it as well.
It's got a very social message as well. Like,
that's why would you say it's a feminist film? Yeah.
Not necessarily. I wouldn't say that. I mean, it's got those vibes. but it's actually inspired from one part of it was inspired from the Il Mastro di Firenze case.
Oh shit!
Did you know that?
No.
So, like the Monster of Florence case, there was prostitutes during that time, and they that's what Franco Ferrini. He said he was reading some articles where these prostitutes created an organization, and it was in the 80s there was a committee for civil rights of prostitutes.
Okay.
So what they did was they talked to all the peeping toms that were watching them while they were doing things with their tricks, and they made a deal with them like, y'all protect us and be on the watch out for the Il Mastro, the killer, the monster, right?
Right.
So,
that I didn't know that, but that makes complete sense because parts of this remind me of The Killer is Among Us.
Right.
Just some little parts. I know not so much the
part
drama,
of the film is what Franco Ferrini got the idea from, was those articles about that. But the main idea of the film came from him writing while he was writing Red Rings of Fear.
Yeah, the unofficial part of the Murdered Schoolgirls in
the Schoolgirls in
Peril. Yeah,
trilogy.
Yeah.
So you could kind of say he was inspired from Dallamano, I would say, to make this film too.
But it took him 9 years to make this. Because he was well known as a writer, really.
Screenwriter. He did this film, and then he realized, I don't want to be a director no more. He said it's too much pressure. It's, a screenwriter, all you got to deal with is a producer and a director. When you're the director, you got to deal with everybody. So
this did get panned mine as well, so I probably made up his mind for him too. Because this got really panned by critics.
It had mixed reviews too, I saw though. Like some people liked it from what I saw.
But just to talk like briefly about Franco Ferrini, so I'll just let you know some of the stuff he's written. Yeah. And this will blow your fucking mind.
It is. So it's mind blowing for sure.
He wrote The Stendhal Syndrome, Trauma, Sleepless, The Cad Player, Do Like Hitchcock, Dark Glasses, Eyes of Crystal, Opera, fucking Demons 2, Nothing Underneath, Demons, Phenomena.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, and that's not all of them. Like Red Rings of Fear, like you say, The Church.
Nothing Underneath.
Yeah. It is completely fucking.
He did Once Upon a Time in America with Sergio Leone.
He did, yeah.
And he talks about that, like working with Sergio Leone and working with Argento. And I thought that was what was most interesting about listening to him and talk about them two guys, because he said those guys, they were so of the time of silent film. That seemed like their style. So everything that he was writing, he had to make it something that was going to be very visual, right?
Right. I think I've seen an interview on the opera, the latest opera release as well with him. He's all, yeah, man. I mean, that's one hell of a fucking legacy you've got.
It is, dude. And the film is also inspired like from Fritz Lang's M as well.
Yeah.
1931, Fritz Lang's M.
And in M, all these criminals get together to take out this serial killer.
To hunt down
the kind of kind of similar in a way, But just the people behind making this. So the cinematographer was Giuseppe Berdandini, sorry. And he did Fatal Frames. He did The Killer Is Still Among Us, which you just mentioned. The Other Hell and Fear in the City. So he's kind of, did some pretty decent stuff there. Like
he said that's the only guy, like that's one of the only people that he had to like use his authority with.
Okay.
But I'll show you the scene. I'll show a clip from the scene later or what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead and read I got a very brief synopsis for this one.
Okay.
It's very brief. And then we can go through the rest of it. Okay. So ladies of the night are being killed. So they unite with the peeping Tom voyeurs and the police to catch the killer. He uses a cattle bolt gun and a straight razor.
So yeah. This guy, the killer in this, is kind of fucking brutal.
And it's similar to the El Maestro in a way.
It is. That's what reminds me of. Weirdly enough, the cinematographer is the same. The Killer is Still Among Us. It does remind me in parts of that. The casts are not too well known from what I was looking through. One of the main standouts, and she only does like a 5-minute scene, if that, is Laura Betty.
Yeah,
and she did
Twitch
a Bay
of
of
the
Blood.
Nerd.
Yeah, Bay of Blood. Hatchet for the Honeymoon was a big one as well, where she plays the wife, didn't she? She comes back.
Mildred, right?
Yeah,
Mildred,
it's a ghost or something, I believe.
Well, that's up for interpretation, really. You know,
I need to go. I didn't like that film, as Dirk knows, but I need to go back and give it another watch.
Yes, you do, because Hatchet for the Honeymoon is pretty damn good.
yeah. It just never really hit with me. But we've got Barbara De Rossi. She plays Lena. I will say this one, Anna Papa as well. She plays Monica. She was in A Blade in the Dark, The Great Alligator, and Ring of Darkness. But there's not too many. There's literally no well-known people in this.
Yeah, these actresses that are in this film are more well-known in Italy, and they were very well-known for television in Italy, big and small screens, right?
Yeah.
But that Barbara De Rossi now, she shared a David D. Donatello award for Best Actress. She shared that award the same year as Asia Argento.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. For a film called Sentimental Maniacs. It was like a romantic comedy, but I just figured she is a damn good actress. So
I was gonna say, you can tell. You can tell she's one of the better actresses in this.
You knew she was in Nosferatu in Venice, though, right? With Klaus Kinski.
Yeah. I still need to see it, though. I've never seen that one.
Yeah, got Donald Pleasance in that bitch too. So,
that's one. Maybe that's for a future show. No, definitely on here as well.
We got to.
Yeah. We'll get to that one.
We'll do some vamp film or some shit one day.
Yeah.
But
I know I don't want to jump the gun too much, but I was going to mention there's no fucking way you work out the killer this until it becomes really obvious towards the end. There's no way.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think anyone will.
But then when you do a rewatch,
it becomes obvious. Yeah.
Because you're like, well, damn, that's where I should have figured it out. Like, I love it when you, that's the great thing about Giallo, or any kind of mystery film, is when you're like, you go back and do a rewatch and then you're like, that's the fucking part.
That's where the penny should have dropped. Yep. This is a complete what the fuck finish, like finale.
Yeah.
I
got to show
probably
a clip
more well known. Yeah, go for it.
I'm gonna show a clip with Betty. What's her name? Is it Laura Betty?
Yeah.
Laura Betty she's the medium that's in A Bay of Blood. The crazy neighbor.
Very iconic looking.
Yeah, medium.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people know her from. But anyway, here's a clip. She's a lot older in this one, but check it out.
Avete paura?
Yeah, she plays this aging prostitute, as you can tell from there.
Yeah.
And that comes out of nowhere, the iguana scene. And the kills in this are usually
I laughed my ass off at that scene, though, like when I first saw it.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally what you're going to get for the kill scenes. You get this razor going back and forth. And
I like the way it's done, though.
Yeah, I think it doesn't hurt the film. Yeah.
Farini said that she was, she complained a lot. She was used to being on bigger sets, bigger films.
Right.
And somebody's like he was explaining about like the gloves she was wearing. I guess they had to be sewn on or something.
Right.
And she got stuck. Like they stuck her with the needle, and she picked up a pair of scissors. He said she was about to fucking stab him and shit. He said she didn't do it, but like,
right,
she was very hot tempered, basically. But
yeah, I can, yeah. If she's worked with the likes of Mario Bava, you can tell, like, obviously this is a bit of a come down. But she steals the show in some ways. That 3 or 4 minute scene she's in is great.
Yeah, it really is.
I do want to mention something early on as well. So there's another very catchy theme to this film, but I just like line up the opening, right? So you get this young prostitute, and she picks up this job, and she takes him home. She's got a camera all set up and all that. The look and the colors in this film are really fantastic as well, like the gels they work with. But she gets stalked while she's out walking her dog. And she thinks it's like, at first, she thinks it's the John she's just had in the car. But then we realize there's a killer in the park and stalks her through this park. It's fucking superb opening. It's right out of like
that opening kill.
It's Argento, isn't it? It's literally Argento to me. It's got that
feels like
Argento
like
style. Yeah.
I think that's what he's going for too.
Yeah, yeah. He's a big. Obviously, he wrote a lot of Argento's good stuff. Or
speaking of which, like,
the end.
I'll mention that he said that Argento hated Saccheti's screenplay for Demons. So he got him to rewrite it. And he said the first thing he did was change the explanation of the demons. Because he said in Saccheti's original screenplay that he explains that it was an astral conjunction, like a fucking comet came from outer space. And he changed that shit. He's like, scrap that shit. He said it's better to not know, like Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. You don't know why they're attacking, you know?
So I wonder if the Nostradamus scene was, the film within a film was in the original script then. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know.
We will be covering Demons and Demons 2 on this channel.
But Demons does leave it, like, there is a big mystery, like, what the hell?
Why it happened, yeah.
But that's a lot better. Like, what we got from Demons is a lot better than a fucking comet.
Sometimes I'd rather not know all this shit anyway. It's good to not know,
You got to have mystery to some.
God, yeah. You can explain.
You don't got to know everything.
Much. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. The killer does this weird thing. He uses this fucking stud bolt gun they use on cows.
It's a cattle gun. Yeah, like what the hitchhiker explains in Texas Chainsaw, right?
Yeah. Boom. Yeah. Which is kind of unique because I've not seen. You'll never see that in another Giallo or slasher film, I don't think. Right. Not as a murder weapon, or I think it's after the murders as well where that happens. But that's kind of his unique calling card, would you say?
What I'm getting from it is the killer is slicing them up with a razor, kind of like torturing them with that razor blade.
Yeah.
And then finishes them off with that bolt.
Oh, right. So they're still conscious, you think? And then he just, that makes sense. A bit more, Yeah. So some of the prostitutes in this as well are really fucking rough looking, man. And it's good that they did that, It's good that they didn't have like all these frigging page 3 models and shit, I know some of them are beautiful and that, but it kind of gives it a more authentic feel for me.
It definitely has like I said, the social commentary though, I think.
Of course.
The prostitutes, working with the police and they're working with the peeping Tom voyeurs. Like that's, I don't know, man. It's different. It's definitely different.
What I like about it as well, not just we get the what the fuck ending and reveal of the killer, but the actual reason for that as well, which is superb. It's well written. I'll give it that. Obviously Farini's a writer.
Definitely, man. And it's also more. I would say it's more realistic take on prostitutes as well.
Like, it is. It covers all that shit perfectly, doesn't it?
He does, man. I don't want to spoil the whole film for people because I know these are, new to a lot of people. So,
I do want to mention the one actress though who plays, she plays Angela, and she's kind of, with her, she's kind of just wants to get into prostitution because her husband is not making enough money.
right.
And she kind of falls in love with this guy. He's like becomes a sugar daddy, and that's kind of a big plot point towards the end as well.
Right.
But very stunning, beautiful actress. I really liked her a lot. I'm just looking for her name now. So Marina Suma. She was in Dark Bar, which is kind of a Giallo from '89, and Sicilian Connection. So you've got a little kind of different kind of plot points going off, but it all centers around all these kind of prostitutes all getting together to like unearth who this serial killer is. And there's that scene with the cars as well, like you said, Dirk. I think did you mention it earlier? Where they all strip off?
I thought about clipping that, but then I was like, better not.
There's one kind of topless scene in it, I think.
There's not a lot of nudity, but there's a little bit. Like there's a scene where all these prostitutes, they all pull up in their cars, they all get out, and they're all in their scandalous clad shit that they wear, and then they all start talking to the voyeurs saying, look, we're gonna make a deal, you protect us from the killer. And they're basically showing them the goods, right? They're showing them all what they got.
That's a great scene.
It's kind of a humorous scene in a way too, but
it is it is like you got all the headlights of the cars and
all the cars and all the headlights. It's a Farini said that those prostitutes though, because there was a lot of women in the film, of course, but the women that played that scene, they were pissed off because they were out in the cold and shit.
Okay, yeah.
And the prostitutes that are not in that scene, they were all nice and warm somewhere else, and the ones that had to do the scene were pissed off about it. So I thought
that's right, because two of the prostitutes in this as well are lesbians, but they kind of don't go on the streets; they kind of work from their home.
Yeah,
that's
one of them was like a S&M type bondage, type of chick.
Oh yeah, there's all that. Yeah, definitely. Right. And what these prostitutes are doing to basically arm themselves against this serial killer is they got this spray. I think it's called CS2 spray. I don't know if that's a thing, but it kind of immobilizes anyone and puts you to sleep as soon as you spray them.
Right.
So it's like a bit of a montage with that as well, where they're hitting back at these fucking
has like these montages. It's got this one prostitute. She's like it looks like she's putting like fucking war paint on.
It is, that's exactly what it is.
Shit. She's got like but it's real 80s, man. 1987. So it's like, and the hairstyles and shit is of that time. It feels like some of those montages feel exactly like a music video or some shit.
It is. This is another one that I found entertaining all the way through. I didn't really find any kind of spots where it was, really slow or anything.
No. Now you got to read this one though. I got to tell everybody that you have to read this one. There's not an English track on it, so that might put some people off. But I've gotten used to this shit.
Yeah, it flows quite well. The dialogue in this. Right. I got to mention as well. So Lena, who's one of these women, she strikes up a relationship with this young girl Valentina, who's a daughter of another prostitute.
Right.
And then you've got that kind of like their little kind of thing going on during the film that comes to a head towards the end. But you've got to mention. Quickly got to mention Stella now. She goes to this church meeting, and all the women complain about the prostitutes, and then you got that little girl, and she calls her a skank, and then she fucking smacks this little girl.
Oh yeah,
remember that part?
And that chick's from I didn't write her name down, but she's in Nothing Underneath. I recognized her.
Okay, I've seen it, but I've not seen it in a long time.
Yeah. She's got that little girl got a bitch ass mother. Like she's a mean.
Yeah.
But
there's a weird fucking part as well with the little boy. That like What was all that about, man?
Yeah, that shit didn't go anywhere. It was strange.
No, the one woman, like one of her elder prostitutes, I'd say, she befriends this little boy. She gives him a bath when he's
because he's homeless, and he's selling stuff that it looks like. I guess he stole the shit on the side of the road. I don't know. But
it's weird because she takes him for a meal in this restaurant and then completely fucking abandons him for no reason.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
And it never goes back to it either.
No, it doesn't tell you why. I don't know if there was another scene that maybe never made the film or something that interconnects some way, but it makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
Let me catch the chat right quick, man. We got let's see. Horror Caffeine says Volume 4 is my favorite so far.
Awesome. Yeah, it's up there, man. Big time, yeah.
I like that name, Horror Caffeine. That's cool.
Got
the Wild Guys. He says about to watch it now on Tubi. Mystere, you guys take care. Yeah, man. I hope you enjoy it, man.
Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. Definitely. Yeah.
Let's see. The mayor says Darren, Nosferatu in Venice is on YouTube for free. I've got it saved because I've never seen it before either.
Cool. Oh man, that's one for a future one of these, definitely.
Yeah. I got the release over here. So
that's got Klaus Kinski in as well, hasn't it?
Klaus Kinski and Donald Pleasance is in there. That's
fucking crazy, just them two alone.
Yeah, I think Isabella Gianni's in that bitch too. I believe.
I think she is. Yeah. What a cast for that, man.
No shit. And it's got the chick we were just talking about.
Trying to think of her name
now. Barbara De Rossi.
Yeah.
That's in this film.
Yeah.
The lead actress in this film. So
again, with I want to say some of the best scenes without giving anything away, but that bathroom scene towards the end is fucking great.
Now you're mentioning that, I'm gonna show a clip.
Go on.
Okay. And before I show the clip, though, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Farini. Got into it with the director of cinematography, the cinematographer. He said that he didn't want to shoot this scene because he thought that it was going to make him look bad and to make him look like he didn't know what the hell he was doing because the scene's blurry, right?
Right.
So,
yeah.
But he said he had to pull his authority on him. He said that's really the only time he had to do that. But
that was just so you didn't see the identity of the killer straight away.
Well, she's dazed too.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what Farini was saying. He said, I thought that would communicate. Well, here's the scene. Check it out. It's not very long either, this clip ain't. So, but it's creepy as hell.
Devi essere buona. Vedrai, non ti farò male. Vedrai che bel regalo ti faccio dopo. Cosa vuoi? Cosa desideri di più? Avanti, dillo. Un giocattolo.
Yeah,
I'll play it one more time because I clipped it so it goes.
Devi essere buona. Vedrai, non ti farò male. Vedrai che bel regalo ti faccio dopo. Cosa vuoi? Cosa desideri di più? Avanti, dillo. Un giocattolo.
Yeah. That's creepy ass shit though, man. Like scene is the creepiest fucking scene in the whole film. Like it really is.
The title as well, Sweets from a Stranger, is mentioned early on in the film by one of these prostitutes, and she says, she actually says something along the lines of, it's like taking sweets from a stranger, but we're not gonna, we're not gonna allow that or something to that effect. But that's why it's such a cool. I think it's such a cool title.
I think it is. Yeah. Did we show it? I didn't show the new one. Here's the cover art for the VS release. So.
Yeah, they're superb cover arts. I would have liked to have had the option of the original, but
you know that they don't do that on these. They always got like some kind of image on the inside. That's
what they did.
Like this one's pretty decent though. Yeah. They're like avenging vigilante hookers, man, in a way. Right?
They're fucking ruthless. You don't want to mess with these hookers, man.
Fucking crazy, man. I dig it a lot though. I really do, man. Yeah. Hey, we didn't even rate Mystere. We need to back up a little bit. What do we rate Mystere? Yeah. What did you rate it?
For me, it's a solid 7 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Like, just entertainment value, everything's in there.
All right. I give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's about
so-
right. Yeah, 6.5, 7, I would say.
I can see me going back to that one for sure.
I'll go back to all of these at some point.
And then
go on.
And then this one, man, I got to probably give it a 6 out of 10 for me.
That's where I am as well.
Yeah.
6 out of 10.
Right. The next one, we're probably going to change. We're going to probably be way off. But
the next one, actually, it's going to be difficult for me because I kind of liked it more. Because in preparation for this, I give my markings on the first time I watch it.
Yeah.
But I do actually feel I liked it a little bit more on the second and third watches, but yeah, we'll come into that. We'll come into that.
Yeah, I think I got everything that I was going to mention on here, man. I believe.
Yeah. I've got everything I had. So I said to you, I was a bit light on Sweets from a Stranger. Sweets from a Stranger.
But I wanted to keep it. I didn't want to go too crazy because I know that we're kind of limited.
Yeah, we're doing okay at the moment. We're on time. We'll be on time.
For sure.
This one, I'm interested to see what the fucking makes of this one now.
Yeah, man. So, okay, here we go. And I hope I'm guessing you got more than I do on this one. I got a little bit.
I've got a fair bit. Yeah.
Okay, because
I mean, what time do you want to knock off here? Do you want to give Uncle Bill at least like a good 10 minutes or something?
It don't matter as long as we're done before
the hour, is it? Yeah,
before the hour's over.
Okay.
So this is Obsession, A Taste for Fear. I believe that's the American title, but the Italian title was
there's no. It looks like nudity, but it's not. It won't. There's nothing to get you put down. There's no nipples or anything, so you're all right.
Yeah. So the Italian title is called Pathos. What's the rest of that?
I think it was Pathos, Obsession of Fear, wasn't it? It was the big title.
Okay. Well, Pathos don't really make sense for this film to me, but
it doesn't make sense absolutely.
But it's
go on.
I would say that this is a horror sci-fi Giallo.
Erotic thriller, I'd put in there as well. It's,
yeah, I guess you could say thriller, but I don't know, man.
Wild, man. It's
easy to figure out, though. It's the most easy. And usually, like, if I can figure out the killer, it drops quite a bit. But this is a fucking weird movie. It's like
it could only be one of two people anyway, I thought. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, but it's weird, like that one we just covered, Murder in a Blue World. It's like this hyper reality of like in the future, supposed to be like, in a future, and it's just different, man. It's very strange.
But I find this one's done better though than
I think it's
Blue World.
Yeah, this is 88 too, though. So I don't know. I think I like Murder in a Blue World better than this one.
Okay, mate, that's where we're gonna differ then, I think.
Right. But
I'll
go ahead and read the synopsis right quick.
Yeah, go for it.
So fashion models of a successful photographer of high-end sex art are being murdered. Meanwhile, Diane is a cat in heat who has no morality, along with most everyone around her. And that's the truth. She wants to fuck everybody. Holy shit.
Yeah, man. She is a right fucking.
I was expecting a fucking sex robot to come out at some point,
Yeah.
I mean, she'll fuck everybody. It don't matter.
She's Virginia Hay plays Diane. She was Australian actress. She was in a lot of soaps we used to get over here in the UK.
Yeah.
So I know her face really well.
She was in Road Warrior.
Yeah.
The Road Warrior, like with Mel Gibson. She was the warrior woman in that one. So
right. So she was a former actress, fashion model. Sadly, I don't like mentioning things like this, but she is suffering at the moment cancer. and she's going through different treatments. So we gotta wish her all the best with that.
Yeah, man, I'm pulling for her though. You know, I'm
yeah,
a stage 4.
absolutely, man.
I'm a stage 4 survivor myself, so
yeah. So there's hope, you know.
Oh, there's definitely hope. Yeah, no doubt about it.
And she's a former Bond girl as well, even though she was in The Living Daylights. I think it was for like literally a minute.
Yeah, Rubovich.
Didn't she play a topless scene in that as well, which has never ever been done before?
You know, I've seen The Living Daylights so many times back when I was a kid, and I don't remember. I remember the ski scene. I remember the crazy ski scene is all I really remember of that movie.
I think she did. I think they said she did a topless scene, but
she also did the voice for a episode of Rick and Morty. Fucking
oh shit! Did
that
she?
Cartoon? She did. She was a Gazorpian. She did a Gazorpian voice. I was like, holy shit! But there's like this big TV series she was part of, called Farscape. She did like 50 episodes of that. So
yeah, she did Prisoner Cell Block H as well, which is an old like 70s TV sitcom, not sitcom, but kind of drama series about women in prison.
Okay.
So that's worth checking out if you can.
Yeah.
But this was written and directed by Picchio Raffanini, and he was more well known for like music videos than anything else.
How do you say that?
Picchio Raffanini. Yeah, you're just trying to make me fucking say it again. It's a mouthful to say the least. But yeah, he was literally, and you can tell this is like one long fucking music video.
It is, dude. This one right here is.
It looks amazing, though. I will say
the definition of a music video stretched out the length of a feature film.
That's probably the best way to describe this. It looks amazing. The colors, just everything.
He was mostly known, like there was a show called Mr. Fantasy.
Okay,
in Italy, there's a show called Mr. Fantasy. So we had MTV, right? And they had Mr. Fantasy.
Right.
And it was like it was a show where they showed music videos. We had those shows too, though. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
So like late at night, like Headbangers Ball and
Headbang. Yeah. We didn't get all that here, but we heard about it. But wasn't it like a pop culture program? I was reading. Maybe it was kind of like some pop culture program.
He said that he made the clips. He made video clips for that show.
Okay.
And they covered music videos.
Which kind of makes sense to what happens in this film as well.
Yeah, when you see this movie, you're like, oh, okay, this guy made videos.
And you realize as well with this how good it looks because the cinematography is by Roman Albani.
Yeah.
And again, you've only got to look at some of the stuff he's done. He's done Phenomena with Argento, Inferno. So this guy was fucking top of the tree, man. He did do a lesser, he did do Troll from 1986 and Terror Vision, which I got to put in there. But I mean, he did Bloodlink. He was a camera, electrical equipment on The Sunday Woman, which is kind of like a Giallo from 75. But yeah, and you can tell, like, just by looking at the film, it's done really fucking well.
What's going on, Jim Stedman? What's happening, man?
What's up, man?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's all right. No.
I know he said that there was two films that inspired him though, that made him want to make a film, that made him want to be a filmmaker. And they're not really like my taste, but I've heard good things about them. It's a movie called A Man and a Woman, Claude Lelouch, 1966, and then another film called The Conformist with Bernardo Bertolucci.
Yeah.
I've heard of that one.
I've heard he was kind of influenced, not literally, but kind of influenced by Blade Runner as well. And,
I was hearing that. And the commentary, they mentioned that a little bit. I don't really see that, though. Do you?
I don't see it, really. Because Angel Hat was mentioned as well. But I guess it was just, like, not literally inspired by it, just little bits. Or
I mean, it feels like Max Headroom type visuals in a way. Like, with
yeah. It's
some of the damn what do you call it? Special effects, the computer graphics at the time. And then they had the whole thing where they're handing CDs like they're
video
CDs. DVD players weren't out then, right?
Yeah.
So, like they're
all
watching
that
shit.
I think it's done well. The futuristic shit, I think, it's done well. Even the look of the car, because that car was a prototype, wasn't it?
It was a prototype and I wish I would have wrote that down, but it was a prototype of a real, like some kind of car that I think Elon Musk was a big fan of that, and then that's kind of how he came out with the Tesla, was off of that or some shit, something like that.
And this thing would have been a fucking death trap because the doors are literally just come up.
Yeah, and it's a convertible, right?
There's no protection at all.
It's a permanent convertible. Like you can't raise the top and shit.
So you can see why it didn't really take off. In terms of the cast, I want to mention Gloria Scola, who plays Valerie. Again, like beautiful looking, very strikingly dark, haired looking woman. She was in Too Beautiful to Die. That's been coming up a lot, obviously.
Yeah.
She was in Bravado Giallo, the TV series by Lamberto Bava, Evil Senses. She was in Lucio Fulci's Conquest. She even did a little bit of like Police Tesky, I think, with Day of Violence in 77.
There's one actress in this film, though. Her name's Eva Grimaldi. And she looks very familiar, but I looked at her filmography and I didn't recognize shit.
Well, she did do the classic Rat Man that came a year later, but
she looks very familiar though from something. Like I can't figure it out. It's killing me. And she's mute in the whole fucking movie. She don't say one word.
That's right. Yeah. It's a weird cast though because you've got Kid Creole from the Coconuts, the fucking pop band. He actually plays this bookmaker.
I don't like this score. I gotta tell you, I don't like this fucking score at all.
I didn't mind it. I
don't like this score. That's the thing that hurts the film for me.
It's not even like a score though, is it? Because it's songs. A lot of it is just different songs, and it's all different fucking genres of songs as well.
It's like, fuck, man. I don't know.
Didn't you like Midnight Blue, the song? I think The Guy Ate a Foreigner. That actually made the top 10 in the fucking top 5 in the Billboard charts at the time. Or maybe just a little bit before this.
I gotta agree with the director on that though. He said he wasn't a fan of this shit either. So
I mean, I don't think I'd go out and buy it, but I could listen to it at some point.
I mean, I can find plenty of other shit I'd put on before that.
Oh yeah, fucking Argento stuff all day long.
Shit, but
you've got Tegan Clive, and she was this very famous female bodybuilder.
Oh yeah, she's crazy. Tegan.
Yeah. She gets killed. Spoiler, but she does get killed early on.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what sparks the killer really to go on and like, so he's knocking off these people connected to like, because she's like this vast like photographer, isn't she, of like really erotic type material.
It's like soft core
porn, basically.
But I think it's art as well. Like
it is,
kind of still art, because this is out of the three though, this is the most artsy fartsy one, I would say.
It is, because
mixed with sleaze though too.
Yeah, it is. There's lots of sleaze. Her ex-husband is called George, and he's even into more sleazier shit. He's into like bondage, fucking.
He's
filming.
Into bondage shit, and he's
he's
got this weird, like his house is weird. It's like it's over water, like
it's fucking cool looking, man.
It's got, cool as hell, but I don't know if I want to live there.
Fucking, like, it's almost in his living room, isn't it? Like this fucking swimming
everything's
pool
made out of wicker and shit. And you're walking around on wicker type shit above this green looking water. I don't know. It's
and
weird.
He's a sleazy motherfucker as well in this. He plays it really well, to be honest.
Yeah,
with,
he definitely is.
The guy
he don't give a shit neither.
No.
But he's a great actor, by the way. That's Gerard Darman.
He was a legend, French actor, wasn't he?
Yeah. So he, to me, he's the standout actor in the whole film.
I can see that. Yeah. I do like Virginia Hay. I gotta admit, I do like the way she plays that part of Diane.
She's kind of wonky at times, I gotta admit.
I know Troy Howard feels the same as well, but for me, it kind of worked with the character. Yeah. It did work with the character.
Well, I don't like the whole groveling shit she starts doing because everybody like kneels and grovels to this woman in the film. To her character, which is Diane.
But she's a complete bitch, though, isn't she? She plays it so well.
Total bitch. Like she gets what she wants. She's that type of woman. But then when, like with the inspector or whatever, she's like groveling to him and like begging him to fuck her.
That didn't work. That didn't work for me. Their kind of relationship,
right?
It didn't seem.
Hold on, I gotta show a clip of this guy. Now I was trying to find the guy's name, and I can't find his fucking name for shit. But I had to do some clips of his fucking acting, and he's what hurts the fucking film for me as well. Like holy shit,
fucking awful. I think in a good way though.
But I don't know. It's kind of funny. I guess you could laugh at. Here we go. This is like a 2-minute clip, y'all. So y'all get ready.
Isn't it kind of risky leaving your door open all the time?
Somebody once said that beyond a certain point, all dangers are equal.
I know I wasn't invited, but I'm just too curious for words. Shall we begin? What a thoughtful dedication. Speed it up, let's see the end.
We saw how it is.
Are knives standard in bondage games?
You know damn well they aren't.
But they could be. It's just another form of penetration. The ultimate.
I prefer other instruments.
Withholding evidence is a crime.
It doesn't show a thing.
You let me decide that.
And shove it!
You police pig! Keep out of it!
I'm sorry. Look, I don't know why I did it.
You never know why you do anything. Games. All you people do is play games. You, George, this adoring halfwit, that hypersensitive little jerk. You could all be guilty.
I wanted to help you, honestly, Lieutenant. Just wanted to help.
I don't need your help.
I need yours.
Don't crawl to him. He's just a stupid cop. You got this one in your nest, too? Just to keep the troops happy. Bastard! You bastard! Take it easy. What a dummy. Get rid of the hair.
Then what?
First, get rid of the hair.
Then what?
What a dummy.
Then what?
Get rid of the hair.
Like, to me, he's not the worst actor I've ever seen, but he's probably in the top 5. I'd say
he's pretty bad.
I was laughing along, to be honest, with that character.
Well, hopefully I didn't. We lost some audience members like for that clip, but oh well.
Okay. But yeah, and just to like know what you're getting into as well. Within the first 10 seconds of this film, you've got full-on fucking female nudity from the art. That might entice people in, actually, thinking about it.
I can see that.
You've got a shower scene. It's just, it just starts off with a bang, literally.
I mean, it really gets in there with the camera, too. Holy shit.
It does, yeah.
In some of the scenes, it's like,
it fucking goes up nooks and crannies you wouldn't believe. Like,
yeah, it's like, holy shit. But I got one more, man. I got one more clip to show.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Unless you want to mention some other stuff.
You can play the clip and we can mention
it's the last clip I got. It's not as long. It's only like 24 seconds, but it's more of that fucking guy. He's just, I don't know. But it's sad I couldn't find his name, and I guess there's a good reason for that. But here we go. Here's the last shit I got. So, and I'm not spoiling. We're not spoiling nothing. So
no.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Here we go.
Relax, it's me, baby. Come on. A circle with an arrow and a cross. Maybe you can explain it. Why did you come here in the first place? You're under arrest. nobody. People like you don't cut any ice with me.
I don't have to cut your ice.
Well, I gotta mention as well to you. So there's a symbol. There's a symbol at one of the death scenes where is it mentioned why?
It never mentions why.
No, I was like,
but that
my
symbol
head.
is like it's a symbol for a male and a female.
Yeah,
mixed into one.
So actually, that kind of makes sense then when you think about
when
you think about the finale, which won't give away.
Right.
That does actually make sense. I didn't even realize that it was like So, but
that's what I'm saying. He's the dumbest ass detective I've ever. He's like, maybe you can explain this.
Like, why the fuck would she be like attracted to him anyway?
She's so attracted to him because he don't want nothing to do with her. I guess everybody else kisses her ass. You know, that's usually how it goes.
It's really weird, like the dynamics of them two all the way through. Like I do like the ending. Am I going to get away with this without mentioning anything? But it does kind of give me a vibe of like a Blade in the Dark. I think that's as far as I'll go. I won't go any further. But
not exactly though. You know.
Not exactly, but to me, that's what it reminds me of a little bit. I think I'm probably giving too much away with that. But she narrates, like Diane narrates the film at times as well. It's just completely fucking insane.
And I kind of pieced some clips together so people could kind of see exactly what type of film it is, you know?
Yeah.
So
So her assistant called, like I mentioned earlier, called Valerie, and she's really in love with Diane, ain't she? She's like kind of like a puppy dog following her everywhere, and she hates her having these affairs.
She looks very familiar too, man.
She was in a lot, man.
Right.
She was in I mentioned earlier, Conquest. You probably seen her in.
I mean, I've seen her in other shit besides
Too Beautiful to Die as well.
Yeah.
That's where I remember her from.
Okay. That makes sense.
But just that fucking guy is just
So Raffanini, he said that he struggled with the producer though.
I heard that as well. Yeah.
Jacques Goyard or Goyard, however you say it.
Yeah,
he struggled with him. Like he said, they constantly fucking argued and butted heads, and the film's not exactly what he had in mind. He also butted heads with one of the co-writers, which was Lydia Rivera. He said it was a big mistake bringing her on because they had completely different ideas, and the other co-writer was Maria Elizabetta. So
okay, yeah.
But it's definitely a product of his time, too. I'll say that.
I'll tell you another part, which you probably might not agree with me as well. So the killer is kind of sending them literally snuff films, isn't it, of the killings?
Yeah.
On these like video CDs
They're
or
CDs
whatever.
is what they are, but I mean,
I kind of got a little
crazy though, right? Because DVD players weren't out yet.
Like, yeah. This was what 87, 88. So.
Yeah,
I kind of got a little bit of a vibe of the card player. I don't know whether that's probably just me, but
I put this over the card player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'd put them very along the same.
That's not saying a lot though for me.
No. I think I like a card player more than you, but I would put these very similar kind of ratings.
If I'm really thinking about it though, like I don't know, man, because I think anybody that watches a lot of Giallo, and I'm going to stress this one more time to everybody, this set, like these films are not for everybody, the casual watcher.
No, I mean,
of Giallo, but like
I'm not going to like put these over to people who are not sure and like lose their hard-earned money or anything.
Yeah, no.
But
I mean, I'll say if you're really into the genre, you definitely need to at least see these, you know.
This one, I'd say, if you like erotic thrillers, I'd say there's a little bit of that in you. There's a little bit.
I think it's comedy too, though. Like it's got to be comedy. That fucking acting of that detective is bad.
I don't know. I don't know. I think he's trying to play it straight. I just think
he's trying to play it straight. But I'm laughing every time I see him when he comes on screen. Like I don't believe that dude.
Just fucking bad.
Yeah, I don't believe that guy at all.
But gotta mention as well the same track has got Grace Jones on as well. There's a kind of a famous song for her. I don't know. I kind of this one. I was thinking in rating it was maybe a 6 when I started. Now probably if I do go higher, it would be like a 6.5. But I've still got. I know if we got time, which we have, I've still got a few little facts we have. I don't know if you want to put your rating in or wait.
I'll go ahead and give you my rating, man.
Yeah, go for it. Go on.
And this one is being generous. I feel like. So this is a 3.5 out of 10.
Shit.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, the killer's easy to figure out.
Yeah.
The whole. I don't know the way that it's written. Like, I don't know, man. It's just very strange. It don't work for me.
So the entertainment value on there for you either, was there?
I mean, it kind of is. It's laughable at the stupid shit, but I just don't find myself going back and watching this shit like too much,
Oh man, I knew you'd probably be a little bit worse than me on this, but I didn't expect that.
Yeah, 3.5 out of 10. I think it's probably the worst film. Might be the worst out of all of the Forgotten Gialli.
I think this would play well with Arabella in a double feature, man. I think that'd be fucking great.
But
I know you wouldn't like that, but
I think I gave Arabella lower than that.
I think you give Arabella like a 2 or a 1, maybe.
Yeah, something like. Yeah.
I know Gizmo didn't like it either.
I didn't care for that.
But
because it feels like some softcore porn. With the the way it's written sucks.
That's exactly what it is. It's I love it. I just love, obviously it's not top tier. It's never going to be a top tier Giallo.
But the way that the writing is fucking shit to me. I don't know, man. But
you look at the subject matter and it's so fucking the way it's done. I think the writing goes out the window within the first 10 minutes. I had a good time. I really had a good time with this one. It's by no means boring to me.
It's not boring.
But I understand.
I won't say it's boring. And like there's some interesting shots. But that's the only reason it gets a 3.5.
Right. I can take on board what you're saying.
But I told you that a long time ago. If I can figure the killer out, it usually goes way the fuck down for me. So.
I thought it was gonna go another way, but there was only 2 possibilities because. Again, we're not going to give nothing away, but the look of the killer in this is kind of like this red-headed, like woman. I'll just leave it at that. But because we kind of see in the video a part of the killer. But this was also called Video Killer Taste for Fear as well, amongst its different titles.
I could see this coming straight to VHS back in the day.
It did, I think. It had a very limited release in theaters, but it was mainly on VHS. I think Nathaniel Thompson mentions that this was kind of I think he said, I think he said it was kind of rare at one time to see this.
Virginia Hay don't work for me either, really, in this film.
She does for me, see. She makes this film for me.
The way she is with the detective is just...
Yeah.
It's almost pitiful, like
it's not. It's definitely not for everyone.
I'm saying the way she's acting is pitiful, like very desperate. I don't know. So
it worked for me, but it didn't work for you, obviously.
No.
In terms
of he's the dumbest ass person on the planet, in my opinion. Like that character. Character that he's,
I think they're all fucking.
How is he a fucking detective? There's a lot of things wrong with this film. Like, I don't want to.
That's gotta be
totally slam
some kind of fucking like caricature or something, because there's no way you could look back on the making of this film and say that's a good
because he's really useless if you think about it.
Yeah, I'm sure they did that for comedic effect, even though it's not, in your fucking front of you in your face.
Don't you think that they I mean, like he's useless.
Yeah.
But then
Matt,
it makes it like he figures it out.
Yeah.
Like, but without George, I don't know. Fucking stupid.
No, I just went along for the ride, but I
Yeah.
can see where you're coming from, definitely. But for
Right.
me, I just went along with the ride.
I got you.
But the Japanese VHS was tampered with because in Japan they don't like pubic hair, so all that was kind of blurred.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
this is
some pubic
crazy.
hair in this film too. Yeah.
There's a
some up
lot of
close
fucking pubic hair.
and personal shots. Yeah. No.
But what was interesting, Nathaniel Thompson mentioned a couple of films that kind of got a similar feel to this. So there's one called Looker from 1981, Michael Crichton, and one called Runaway. I think probably you'd have Runaway, haven't you, Dirk?
Yeah, I've heard of Runaway. Yeah.
A little bit of White of the Eye. I know Dirk's seen that one. I haven't.
Yeah, White of the Eye. I would
Donald
put
Cammell.
White of the Eye over this big time. Like,
Okay.
yeah, it's not the greatest, but it's pretty decent.
Yeah. He also said it's like The Eyes of Laura Mars, but on steroids, and I can fucking get that totally. Like,
I guess I could see that. I'm not a fan of that film either.
I know. Yeah. Just looking through now. Anything more? I know we got to wrap up now anyway soon.
Yeah.
So Valentina Demi. So she started Marisa in this. She was a massive Italian porn star. She also starred in a film called Paprika. I can't even say it. But funny enough, she's now, as you know, recent, like literally for like months ago or whatever this commentary was made, she's now this high class fucking escort girl. So you could literally, if you got the money, you could fucking get her. She did a bit of bodybuilding as well, which is crazy. I know Virginia Hay, she taught a lot of meditation. I know she's suffering cancer now, so obviously that's gone a little bit out the window. But yeah. But she was big into meditation. She would do all that. But yeah. No, it's kind of refreshing to see us have a difference of opinion at times anyway, because I don't want to fucking...
Man. We're not going to agree on every damn thing.
It'd be boring if we fucking agreed on everything.
But yeah, it's the weakest of the three for me. But
for me, yeah, it's a 6. It's probably on a par with Sweets from a Stranger. I would maybe put it above that slightly.
Oh,
so if I had to rank them, it would obviously be Misty, Sweets from a Stranger, and then this one. But they're all
that's the way it is for me.
Yeah,
sure.
they're all
the order you
6
watch
or
them,
7.
the order that they came out.
Yeah,
for me. So
no, yeah. The editor was a guy called Mario Mora, and what's interesting about him was he was the editor on Short Night of Glass Dolls and Black Belly of the Tarantula.
Oh, okay,
which is insane. But
two
he did
banging ass. Those are two banging.
Yeah, two fucking amazing films. But he was famed more for like Mondo films. And he did do a film called Wild Beasts, which Lorne mentioned in the last Visited by Voices stream we did, which is like kind of this insane film apparently. So yeah. But yeah. I would say check it out if you like erotic thrillers and all that. Maybe check it out. If
you like super sleazy, cheesy, I'd say check it out too. Yeah. In
terms of a whole box set, well, how would you like this? This is not planned, but how would you kind of rate the whole box set 8 to 10? If you had to give like a rating 8 to 10,
I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. I'd say 7.
I think it's definitely worth getting. If you're,
it's by far not the worst one, is it? Of the Forgotten Gialli set.
No, it's not. And I guess it's sold out, so that's crazy. But
man, I'm glad to see it in a way, like because people are getting to like these films now. I've noticed a lot online, definitely on YouTube. There's more and more viewers of these films, which is kind of what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people to watch these as well.
Definitely.
So yeah. More Gialli, the better, man. Keep them coming. If anyone's watching.
Right. But, man, I guess we're going to... Did you want to mention anything else before we get out of here?
No, I don't know if you want to mention the next show, at least. Maybe the next one. Because I know we're having, like, maybe a 2-week break. And then we're going to come back on the 5th of January. But we have got one planned on Subjective Perspective Collective for next week.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll be doing
the Haste of Psychotic Women set.
Is that the one we're doing?
Yeah, I think that's what we had penciled in.
Okay, so yeah. So next week on An Hour to Kill, this is the one we're covering. Another box set, House of Psychotic Women. And
that's got one of my favorite Giallo films of all time.
Footprints on the Moon.
Yeah.
I like Bats, Identikit, and the other, what does that say? Holy shit. I don't even know. The Other Side of the Underneath, which I haven't seen.
I know nothing about, but I've heard some decent things. But yeah.
Great. From what I've heard, it's a great Severance set. It's been out for a while, but we're going to go ahead and cover that.
I mean, if you're a Giallo fan, which you probably are watching this now, you can just get that set for Identikit and Footprints on the Moon, and it's still worth, in my mind, getting just for them too. We'll see what the others are like.
Yeah, it probably, because they do have Footprints separate now as well. So
yeah.
I'd say at least get that one. But
oh god, absolutely. I'm definitely going to be putting that over next week.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I guess we'll get out of here, man. I appreciate everybody. If y'all think about it, hit the like, sub up to both channels, DEADPIT Radio, Subjective Perspective Collective. If you like what we're doing, no pressure.
Go and grab yourself a drink, literally, and then come back, because Uncle Bill's going to be doing Exploit Nation in roughly about 10 minutes. So, DEADPIT content all the way tonight, which is good, man. Hell
yeah, man. And don't forget, man, I'm going to be throwing these, like, if anybody wants one of these shirts, it all goes to the DEADPIT, And
absolutely.
I appreciate the hell out of CK doing that. So that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, if anyone buys them, send your pictures in and we'll show them off on the show.
Hell yeah. But yeah, man, we're going to get the hell up out of here, and y'all have a good one.
Yep. So, guys, have a good one.
Before we get out of here.
Go on. Yeah, you got the comments.
Jim Stebbins says, cheers, guys. What day next week? It'll be Sunday next week.
Same time. Yeah.
Yeah, same time. And then Alan says, fantastic show. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Man.
And y'all have a good rest of your weekend. I know you got the work week coming, so getting back into it. But yeah, I guess we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Later, y'all.
You have fallen into the EuroCrypt. There is no escape from the EuroCrypt.